Hey everybody, what is going on? It is Dunbar Snackbar. It's time for another episode of the Resolute Alliance campaign, fully scripted and written by myself. If you didn't see the last mission, I ended up losing Cherno, and that meant I lost the airfield to the west of Cherno as well. So by giving that up, the enemy now has a place to be able to launch, supply, fuel helicopters, and this could be catastrophic for us. And so in this mission, we're going to be basically bait to see exactly what the enemy has in store for us. So we're going to land at LZ Alpha, and we're going to proceed south to the MSR, which is shown in the red arrows. This is an enemy supply route. We're going to launch an ambush with squads to the north and south of the road. We're going to sit and wait for a little bit to see if there's any attack choppers, transport helicopters to bring troops in, or whatever the enemy is going to do in response to our ambush. And then, of course, we're going to proceed back to LZ Alpha to be extracted. Now, the problem is, as I mentioned, I don't know what the enemy has and what they could throw at us, so I'm going to be prepared for absolutely everything. If the enemy does have a significant helicopter presence, especially with attack helicopters, that basically means we're going to have to withdraw from this area and try and find a way to see if we can escape before the enemy ends up overrunning us. One of the advantages that we have had so far in this campaign is the ability to drop anywhere that we need to with helicopters. But our ability to move somewhere quickly can easily be countered if the enemy can do the exact same thing. And so since we're heavily outnumbered, we're going to have to come up with a plan B for this area. As I mentioned, I've got two squads. We've both landed in our respected areas, and now we're going to end up joining up before we end up proceeding south through the woods and, of course, to this road. The reason why I chose this part here is it does provide us a lot of cover from the enemy. We'll be able to get low and hopefully be unseen. I do have an IED with me as well, so that way we can launch off the ambush with a successful destruction of one enemy vehicle. Obviously, I'll be aiming for the lead vehicle. And then we'll have both squads open up at the exact same time on the enemy. This is also a road that is used frequently by civilians, so I do have to be very careful about being seen by civilians and also making sure I don't open fire on them or detonate the IED prematurely and end up killing them. So I have red team set up at the north. We're going to be proceeding south now with the white team. I'm going to get them set up at a pretty decent location. I did want to make sure that I was in charge of exactly where they are, because even though there are a lot of trees in this area and a lot of places for us to hide, I don't want to put them in a position where they might be seen easily, though. There are some openings in here, too, and I want to make sure they get enough up this hill here, so that way when they do open fire on the enemy in the same direction that the red team is, they're at an elevated position and are firing down, so there's no chance, basically, at any type of crossfire. So red is set up, white is set up. I'm coming back along the road now to meet up with Team Red. I'm one in their team, so just so I make sure everything is balanced. And it seems like I could see a lot more from this position as well. And there is a civilian vehicle. I go prone, hoping that they didn't see me, and I don't think they did. They're actually traveling pretty fast down this road, so I don't think they saw me. There's a very small chance, but I'm still going to wait here just in case. If the enemy is alerted to our presence and this ambush isn't set up, and we lose the element of surprise, we're basically divided right now. If they come over this hill, they could wipe out one squad and then move on over to the next one. Our helicopters are nearby for a quick extraction if necessary, but it would definitely take some time for them to get back to us. And it would be an every man for himself type of thing, just trying to get back over the hill and get up to LZ Alpha. Got everybody moving back now. I want to make sure we have significant cover in case somebody comes by. I haven't seen anything for a little bit, so I decided to go down and lay the IED. I want to be careful, of course, about where I put this because I don't want to alert the enemy, but I also want to make sure that I put it in a position that when it does detonate, that it detonates in a place where I know the vehicle will be and I can get significant damage on it as well. See, it's going to be difficult to spot. I probably could have put it in the middle of the road, but that's still going to be tough for them to see. So now that it's placed, I'm going to fall back to my position. And again, we're going to be waiting a little bit longer. It's been some time since I have seen a vehicle of any kind. I haven't seen any enemy vehicles yet. If I had seen one up to this point, I probably would have let it go because I don't think what we're doing is going to be worth just one vehicle. It wouldn't be enough for sure for the enemy to send an attack chopper at us or anything that they might have in response to something like this. But a lot of armored vehicles go up and down this road too, and I heard something, and it ends up being a civilian truck. I'll get down and I'll wait one more time. Again, Team White over there, they're enough up that hill where I'm not too worried about them. I do have them in the prone position as well, so it'll be a lot more difficult to spot, and I hope the people in the back of the truck didn't see me either. That's 2 close calls.
Take cover.
Now there ends up being some more civilian vehicles that come by. I didn't want to show you every single one because it is a significant amount, but the first one and the one with civilians in the back was somewhat concerning. But now the sounds are a little bit different. This sounds like we've got armor that's coming our way. So I'm getting anxious now, and I'm making sure I know exactly where the IED is. Because whatever is the lead vehicle, once it rolls over that IED, I want it to detonate, as I mentioned earlier, to do as much damage as possible to that lead vehicle. That'll slow everybody up enough so that way we'll have significant fire. I have a different loadout than what I usually do. The weapon that's on my back is not AT, it is AA in case there are enemy aircraft. But I do have AT with me as well in the event that this convoy ends up being heavily armored. We'll be able to take them out pretty quick. Also have an assistant AA guy with me who's carrying some more ammunition for me. If the enemy has been able to get a lot of helicopters into that airfield, we'll have a lot of choppers coming at us in response to this and want to have sufficient ammo. So I'm starting to get the calls in from the guys who are spotting an APC, and we're seeing trucks. Now it's getting pretty close. What I'm doing is I'm alternating right now, as you can see, between detonating the IED and also my launcher. The reason why I'm switching back and forth is that way this screen doesn't go away, and it's like I've got my thumb on the trigger basically right now is what I'm trying to do. And there it is. I'm going to detonate it now. Oh, it looks like I disabled it. All right, getting everybody to open fire now. Oh, I destroyed it. All right, now that we've gone loud, it sounds like there are a lot of enemy soldiers back here. So this wasn't a supply convoy. It looks like this was a transport of troops. We're reinforcing a different location. I got to make sure this truck does not go anywhere. Oh, that guy's dead in the back. All right, I'm moving up in a position to see if I can get a better angle on some of these trucks. It looks like they're starting to move up our way. They're definitely engaging both directions, which is good. The fact that they're split up between us is positive here for what we're trying to do. But oh my gosh, there are so many enemy troops here. The one advantage that we have, of course, is they had to get out of their vehicles in one different direction. So we have them bunched up together. And so as we're opening fire on them, a lot of the bullets that we're shooting are definitely hitting their targets. We're getting close to it. Oh man, I've lost both AT guys that are in white team. But I think we're going to be okay. If there would have been armor besides what we saw leading the convoy, they definitely would have started opening fire on us. Alright, time to reposition. I'm going to try and send red team forward. We're going to start a push on the enemy now to try to see if we can get them cleared off, because it sounds like things have really died down. I mean, that was a quick firefight. But not over yet. Drop him. Gosh. Team White took a beating. I think that's 3 KIA for them. All right, making sure Team Red moves up a little bit quicker. They were prone, and so now that I've got them on crouch, I'll be able to move a little faster while still maintaining some cover. Another one down. I think he's along the left of the road, potentially. Oh, yep, there's 2 of them down there. Switch. Easier to be able to see him from here. Come on. Man, I got a couple hits on him. Oh, there's nobody over him. Nobody. All right, I'm going to push up a little bit more. There's definitely some enemy soldiers left. Got him. I'm not seeing anybody, but as we keep pushing forward, we're seeing some more. I've still got my AT in case there is more armor, but I think we would have seen this convoy by now. Oh! He was aiming for that truck up there. There you go. 2 shots, but that didn't destroy the truck. Hopefully it disabled it anyway. Won't be moving anywhere. Oh. Still a few stragglers left of the enemy. Is he down that way? Both teams are now, or both squads are converging on his location. We're kind of clearing the area as we move forward. Yeah, this is definitely going to elicit some type of response if there is one. Alright, another one down. Alright, I'm moving forward, and already I can start to see the carnage of what we've just done.
10, patch yourself up.
Yeah, I ended up losing a few members of White Squad. But when I look at how many enemy that we've killed, I'd say we ended up on the right side of this. Most of these trucks, it looks like, were absolutely full of enemy soldiers. But the ambush worked. Oh, man. I did not know we were up against that many. Wow. Alright, so I think by now we would have come across any other enemy that might still be in the area. As you can see, they didn't get too far before we ended up dropping them. Gosh, I don't have time to count this right now, but that's a lot. I'm going to have to get back for sure to my position that I was at earlier. I imagine the smoke alone from the APC and the number of killed, if there is going to be a response, it's coming now. So I'm going to get white team away from where they were. But I'm already starting to hear a helicopter. I don't want anybody to fire at it right now because I don't want them to know where we are. And it sounds like it's coming from the south. So I'm going to get down. I'm going to get everybody to stop. And hopefully go prone too. So that way this chopper doesn't see them. Oh, there it is. What is it? It is an attack chopper. Now it looks like he's trying to scan the area. Find out where we might be. But surprise! Right from underneath. That shot negated anything that the flares could have done. Or was it a kill? Oh, it was! I'm gonna have to go check it out. Now, I don't hear any helicopters right now. So we're gonna get everybody to regroup. We're gonna move towards that location. Because it's actually pretty close to LZ Alpha. Oh, there's the smoke. Yeah, there's no way anybody would have been able to get out of that and still survive. I didn't see any shoots. I still think it's just so close to where it was hit, or like where it landed, that if anybody had gotten out, they probably would have died in the explosion. So not bad. I thought that was going to be terrible for us. You know, because the attack choppers have thermal vision on it. I don't know why we weren't spotted, unless they weren't looking through that. But I thought they'd definitely take out a few of us before we got some shots on it. Hey, not bad. Well, if we can set up some more situations like that, where we can take down those attack choppers, that might make a difference. Again, I don't know exactly how many that they have or what, but if they start to feel like those choppers are being threatened or are at a high risk to be destroyed, they might not throw them at us so quickly. All right, we're moving up LZ Alpha, just going to make sure that that is secure. So I've got everybody together now. Once we get up here, we're going to pull a 360 security on the area, but I do want to get a look at this chopper. You know, I don't really do AA too much in this game. And I was really surprised my first shot on it actually took it out. Alright, I think just over this hill. Alright, so we're basically set up right now to the point where I kind of want us to be. Gives us a good vantage point on the field in front of us. And so if there are any enemy patrolling in this area, which I highly doubt, but if they are, nice kill, me. If they are patrolling in this area, this position will give us a good vantage point to kind of take a look out over the terrain and see what we've got. So I'm going to call in our Ghost Hawks to come pick us up. Of course, we'll need both of them again this time to be able to get us all out, which is a good thing. And then we'll head back to base.
Dismount.
All right.
Team White.
I hear more choppers, and I'm a little worried. They don't sound like ours, and also they're here too quickly. I made the call to the Ghost Hawks, but they shouldn't have gotten here by now, and the direction that they're coming from too is not right. Another enemy transport helicopter. Last time we saw these were very early on in the campaign, and it was during their initial attack. These things are loaded with about 8 or more troops in it. And so if these guys land and are able to drop off their troops, we're going to be looking at a pretty intense firefight too. We don't have too much cover here at all. Now that was the last AA rocket that I had. I've got to find, there he is. My assistant missile specialist. Now in his backpack he does have some more weapons in it, so I'm gonna go through it. We've got a few guys firing. Oh, did they get a hit on him? I think they did get a hit. Maybe. Oh man, he's having just as bad luck as I did. So I think both of those choppers were able to... Nope, just one. That Orca needs to find another location. We got a hit on that chopper though with AT. Alright, we're going to open fire, of course, on him. We're all pretty close together, but they're also opening fire on the Orca, which is really not what I want them to be focusing on right now. If they are able to disable this chopper, I don't think it's going to hit the ground fast enough to explode. I think everybody's still going to be able to get out of it. I don't know, maybe if they kill the pilot. We're not doing too good. All right, I'm going to take a look over this hill. Yep, they're coming out. All right, I'll see who I can take out from this angle, but it's going to be pretty tough with all of this tall grass in front of us to be able to take anybody out. It's just going to be nearly impossible to see the enemy at this point. And if any of them turn their attention towards me, I don't have anybody really to provide covering fire. I think the best thing for me to do is wait it out. I'm going to try and throw a grenade down at them, but I just don't think I have the range. I don't. It falls short. It was worth a shot. I lost one at least. Two of them. Three in that firefight. Enemy did a good job making sure everybody dropped off so close to our location. But this is a total surprise. You know, I was thinking we would be looking at one or the other as far as an attack chopper or them transporting in troops. I didn't think that we would be seeing both. I wasn't prepared for it. But I think we're okay. Yeah, this was a significant investment over one convoy, which leads me to believe one of two things are happening. Either one, they do have a lot of helicopters in the area, and they do view them as being dispensable in situations like this. Oh, man, another one? Seriously? Or the second option here is that MSR is absolutely vital for them. The thing is if we drop in and we attack it like we have here, surely they're going to be a lot more careful and provide some more security to that MSR. And so it's going to be more difficult for us to ambush it.
Get down.
All right, there's some enemy, looks like at the tree line over to the west-southwest of our position. I'm going to try to see in a little bit if I can get a good vantage point on them and just try and open fire with what I've got. But I know there's a chopper still lingering around. And so at some point, I'm going to have to try and find where my guy was, who's carrying some additional ammunition for me, and try and get that off of him and load it into my pack so I can rearm with this AA launcher and take out that chopper that's left. Because if they drop near to where we were again, not only will they drop at a strategic point, but they'll also outnumber us too. And it's just circling around. Oh, there's the Ghost Hawks. As you can see, they're opening fire on this chopper. Looks like they might be driving it off. And if so, we'll be able to get picked up, but nope. They're still opening fire. The Ghost Hawks launching over there across that line. But only one has come back, and I don't know if it's because it's driven off, that one helicopter. Oh, there it is. Nope, it's coming right back for me. Come on. Nothing. Didn't kill the pilots. All right, let's do this. If it goes with another run right at me, which is a very strong possibility, I might be their target right now. I want to make sure I can take them out. I'm really surprised, though. That Orca has taken a lot of hits from the Ghost Hawk, and of course from me and some of my guys also. Okay. I'm loaded up now 100%. So I'm going to have to go ahead and rearm this. All right. Reloaded. Got it targeted. It's head on. Flares. Okay. Take two. Same thing, but closer. There we go. Oh, just missed. Okay, it's flying right over again. I've got to get a lock on it, though. It's slowing up. This is perfect. Stay there. Yes! Another hit. It's going down pretty slow. Into the trees. I might have just forced it to land is all. No! Explosion! Everyone on it is dead. Perfect. Alright, so now the Ghost Hawks are going to be able to land. We might have a few enemy up there. But I think that last pass by the Ghost Hawk could have taken them out.
Fall back.
Alright, so we're going to regroup with the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys that we have left. We lost a lot of men on this mission. But we took out a lot of enemy, that's for sure. We also have a better understanding of exactly what we're up against. What this means, as I mentioned earlier, is that we're going to have to reevaluate our strategy in this area. And it might mean that we have to withdraw without putting up much more of a fight. But there are definitely some missions that still need to be done, even if that is the route that we end up going. So we'll get everybody in that Ghost Hawk. And we'll go. It is kind of sad that we end up losing, or we could end up losing, the first chapter of the Resolute Alliance. Remember that in each one of these, cause and effect plays such a huge role in what happens in the future. So as we saw with Cherno, I ended up failing a lot of missions. They were tough missions, but they were winnable. I just wasn't able to do it. And so I ended up losing Cherno, the airfield, and now that leads to this. And so we'll be seeing that in an even larger scale too when it comes to the various chapters. But as I mentioned, there's definitely much more fight that we have. So I'll get everybody loaded up. And we're going to end up heading back to the main airfield, which is now, of course, the base that we'll be launching from. Remember, you guys, I do have a live stream coming up to help raise money for my mother-in-law who has breast cancer. So if you guys can make it, I appreciate it. If you can donate, I'd appreciate that even more. I'll be playing a lot of different stuff, sports, Arma, of course. It should be a lot of fun, and it's a good cause. So thank you, everybody, for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. You guys know you can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, all that great jazz. Definitely send me a message, say hi. I appreciate that stuff. More of the Resolute Alliance to come later on, too. I know this is a series a lot of people like, which is cool because I do put a lot of work into this, and it is a lot of fun to be able to write this, play it out, and of course post it for you. So again, make sure you guys subscribe if you haven't already. You guys are phenomenal people. You really are. Thank you again for watching. As always, you guys, I hope you have a good one.